what I've confirmed today is what we've been confirming all along, and which is the policy of this government, and that is that any vessel that seeks to illegally enter Australian waters will be intercepted and we removed from our waters in our contiguous zone. Now, there's nothing new in that. That has been our policy. It's the policy that's been implemented by our Customs and Border Protection and Navy personnel, who I must say do this with a high degree of professionalism in accordance with their orders and in accordance with their training, and they do a great job, and they're the reason that it has now been 43 days without a boat. And they're the reason that this month of January, there have been no boats, and that's the first time that that's happened in 6 years. This policy, together with all the other measures, because no single measure is responsible, is getting the results the Australian people elected us to get.
Mr Morrison, can you shed some light on these new claims on the ABC that asylum seekers claim that they've been blinded by Navy personnel?
Well, it's standard issue to officers and others involved in these operations to have personal defensive devices. They are used in accordance with their training and in accordance with strict guidelines, and any suggestion of mistreatment or misuse of force or any of these devices that are available to them is completely unsubstantiated, completely without basis, and is rejected by the government. I mean, last week there were claims and allegations of torture, I think, and that has embarrassed those who have sought to give that oxygen. This week they've changed their story, I read in the Australian today, this same group. So I believe the Navy and Customs and Border Protection officers are doing a great job to protect our borders on behalf of us all.
What will you be telling the Senate inquiry today?
Oh, well, that's a matter for the Senate. I'm appearing before the Senate at my own initiative today. I mean, this is just Greens and Labor coming together in another stunt to try and attack the government for its border protection policies that are working. I would have thought the Greens and the Labor Party would be happy that boats are stopping and people are no longer dying in these situations. They're the outcomes we're getting. I would have thought they'd want to support that.
With the IOM contract, Minister, how many people do you expect will be transferred back to another country?
Oh, well, that's a matter of for how many choose to take that path.
But it's a larger figure than the previous contract. It seems to hint at a larger...
Well, we're having a greater response to people wanting to go home.
Are you concerned that confirmation of the turn-back policy will further inflame the situation?
Well, all I have simply said today is that Australia will respect our neighbours' sovereignty, we will respect our sovereignty, and that involves any vessel seeking to illegally enter Australia being intercepted and removed from our waters. Now, that's about what's happening on our side and on our border, and that is about our sovereignty, and I know for a fact that Indonesia respects Australia's sovereignty as we do theirs.